What if the marriage everyone assumed was already falling apart still had a chance to survive? That's the big question hanging over Gabby Thomas and Vinny Dingle in Emmerdale next week, as the couple face some of the toughest tests of their young relationship so far. Their journey isn't just about love, it's about secrets, doubts, and the people who step in when everything feels like it's about to collapse. Gabby, more determined than ever not to let her marriage slip away, finds herself clinging to any hope she can. She knows the odds are stacked against them. Not only is she carrying the weight of her own mistakes, but Vinny has his own battles boiling beneath the surface. With desperation setting in, she reaches out to someone she never expected to rely on, hoping that an outside voice might give them both the clarity they desperately need. Meanwhile, Vinny is navigating a storm that has nothing to do with Gabby, at least not directly. He's agreed to testify against Mike, the man who attacked him, a decision that's as brave as it is terrifying. But just when he's preparing to face court, Gabby turns up at the worst possible moment. Vinny is on the edge, grappling with private doubts about who he really is and what that means for his future. Having Gabby suddenly appear as he struggles with those thoughts creates a moment of unbearable tension, one that threatens to shatter their fragile bond completely. And yet, that isn't the only shadow hanging over them. Long before the wedding, Gabby had a one-night fling that she hoped would stay buried. But the truth always has a way of clawing its way back to the surface in Emmerdale, and the knowledge that she crossed that line still lingers in the background. Add Vinny's hidden feelings into the mix, and the pair are sitting on a powder keg of unresolved issues. Instead of letting the silence destroy them, Gabby takes a bold step. She turns to Charles Anderson, the village vicar, not just for advice but for guidance she's been missing since the loss of her father, Ashley. Charles isn't expecting to be pulled into their marital troubles, but Gabby insists. She even brings him into their home, asking him to mediate what feels like a last-ditch therapy session. At first, Vinny resists. He's guarded, unwilling to lay bare the mess that's been building inside him. But Charles has a steady way of breaking down walls. Slowly, Vinny finds his voice, and for the first time in weeks, the couple share an honest conversation. Charles doesn't sugarcoat what he hears, but he also points out something they both needed reminding of: they care deeply about each other. Despite the mistakes, despite the doubts, their love still exists. That revelation doesn't fix everything, but it gives them a glimmer of hope, just enough to make them believe they might have a future after all. But this is Emmerdale, and hope rarely lasts long. The couple try to carry on as though things are back to normal, putting on smiles for the outside world. Yet not everyone is convinced. Lewis Barton, sharp-eyed and observant, quickly sees that all isn't well. Instead of ignoring it, he steps in quietly, offering Vinny the chance to talk. His kindness catches Vinny off guard, but in a moment of weakness, Vinny accepts. What follows is a heartfelt conversation that cuts deeper than anything Vinny has admitted to anyone else. By the end of it, the two men share a genuine moment, embracing as friends who have just walked through something raw and vulnerable together. But fate has cruel timing, and that's exactly when Gabby walks in. One look at her husband in Lewis's arms is all it takes for every ounce of doubt to come rushing back. Rationally, she might know it could be innocent, but emotions don't work that way. After weeks of lies, mistakes, and misunderstandings, her trust is paper thin. The sight of that hug feels like a betrayal, whether it is or not. And that's where the real danger lies, because when a relationship is already hanging by a thread, the smallest crack can split it wide open. Gabby and Vinny have already weathered more drama in the first weeks of their marriage than most couples face in a lifetime. They've confessed secrets, questioned loyalties, and even turned to outsiders for help. But none of it guarantees survival. Now they're standing at a crossroads. Do they rebuild from the ashes, clinging to that fragile hope Charles gave them, or does suspicion finally tip the balance and end things for good? In Emmerdale, nothing is ever simple, and when it comes to Gabby and Vinny, the next move could either save their marriage or destroy it forever. Because sometimes, it's not the big betrayals that break a relationship. It's the small, unexpected moments that make everything come crashing down. And for Gabby and Vinny, the question is no longer just about love. It's about trust, survival, and whether their bond can endure when even the smallest spark threatens to burn it all to the ground.